everyone. It is Monday. Oh my goodness. I didn't think I was going to be able to film today at all because today was going to be so freaking crazy, but I just got out of my French exam about 5 minutes ago or so, and I've got a little less than an hour before my next exam. Sorry, you're on a weird table, so it's going to kind of fall all over the place. But yeah, so I just finished my last exam, or my first exam at 10 a.m. like 5 minutes ago. I've got like 50 minutes, I think, until my next one, and so I'm sitting outside because it's freaking gorgeous outside. It is super sunny, but I'm kind of right in the sun, so I might have to turn to the other side of the table. And I'm just looking through some notes before my next exam, so I'm feeling pretty freaking good. I got up early today to do my face and take a shower and stuff, so I've been up since about 8:30. And so far today, I have listened to 1 hour and 8 minutes of The Female of the Species. I think while I'm here, I'm going to send my last week's vlog, short one, up because I decided that the footage that I had from the last week was not very good, so I just wanted to do a quick little wrap up of the week last night before I went to bed, and so that's going to go up. Today I have 2 more exams, essentially that are back to back, but I think that I may be able to have a little bit more time between this one and the next one, just because this one is only like essay questions, and so is the next one, but this one's like 10 essay questions, I think, and it's just like matching quotes with people with theorists, and then kind of explicating them a little bit. And then, excuse me, my last one is just answering, I think, 5 out of 9 essay questions about modern and contemporary literature. So it's going to be a pretty easy day, but then basically after that, I have a small window of time to get other stuff done, and then I've got the Carve Marks party at 5 tonight. So that goes from 5 to 7, and then once it gets to 7 o'clock, I'm going home, and then I have to just do a couple of things, really. I just need to send off a couple of things for my other classes, and then that's it for the day. So it's going to be a pretty interesting day. I think today I'm definitely going to be listening to my audiobook, and it's the last day of April. Oh my gosh, it's April 30th already. Holy crap.
Okay, it's 9:49, 9:50 at night. I've been at home now for about 3 hours, and basically I'm just so tired. Like, you guys could probably tell just by looking at me, I am freaking beat. So the party went great. My exams all went super well, I guess, for the most part. And everything went well. I think everything actually, it turned out better than I actually expected, which I was really happy with. But I'm just so tired now. Like, I'm at this weird emotional hangover, I think, where it's like, I don't know whether to cry, sleep, scream, I don't even know. I'm in this weird kind of situation, but the good news is that all the exams I have to still take, all the exams I had to take this week are done, so now all I have is just, I have my presentation tomorrow, and then Wednesday I have my oral exam, and then I have to go meet my professor about some assignments I had that she needs to discuss with me about, which I don't know what it entails, but I'm honestly at a point where I don't care anymore. I just need a C to get past the class, and that's all I care about at this point. And then Thursday I have my last fiction workshop, and then Friday I go home. So the rest of the week's fairly easy for the most part. I'm gonna go make some popcorn because that sounds really good right now. Probably isn't the best for me because, I don't know, I'm feeling kind of weird with my body. I don't feel like I want to eat a lot, but I also really, really want popcorn. And then I think I'm going to go to bed because I am tired. Tomorrow's not going to be much different because it's still going to be crazy, but mostly it's work. If I didn't have to work tomorrow, I would be fine, but I kind of signed up for the time, so I have to. So hello everyone, it is Tuesday, just after 5 o'clock in the evening, and I've just returned home. So today was a bit of a crazy day today as well. However, I did get to listen to 35 minutes of The Female of the Species. I'm really enjoying it so far, more so than I had anticipated, and it's definitely not at all what I had originally thought it was going to be. It's definitely dark, as much as it possibly can be, but also deals with some really interesting topics, such as like friendship and kind of how like people who kind of view things from the outside kind of like taking things from outside perspectives and trying to look into certain situations. It's kind of hard to explain. Um, but so today, like I said, was a bit of a crazy day. I had work from 9 to 1 in the library, which was interesting. I basically had a session every hour, so I was very tired, and then I went and had lunch, and then I had my presentation, which I wanted to film, but for one, I didn't want to film everyone else that was involved, and for two, I just didn't have my phone on me when I went to present, so I couldn't get anyone to film it. But it went really well. My section went really well, and I felt like everyone did a really good job. There were definitely more people there than I had expected. It was there wasn't a lot of people. It was mostly like some family members and stuff of people that were presenting, but it was still really cool, and I was glad to see that some people decided to come out and see what we were going to talk about. So it was really cool. And then I went and worked in ANSPA from 4 to 5. So, but we had nothing. I was supposed to do it online, but we didn't have any online. So I just kind of goofed off and just did my own thing while somebody else had an appointment. And yeah, so tomorrow I don't have anything until 1:20. I don't work until the evening. So I think tomorrow I'm gonna sleep in for the first time in like forever. So that'll be really, really nice. But I probably need to be up by at least 11 at the latest because I'm gonna need to shower and prepare for my oral exam and stuff like that. So, yeah, I gotta do that at 1:20, the oral exam, and then either after that or a little bit later, I'm also meeting, I'm gonna be talking with my French professor over a couple of assignments that she wanted to discuss. I didn't fail anything or anything, which is good, but there are some problems with a couple of my assignments that she wants me to look at because I will have the chance to revise both of them, which will be great. That will be very, very helpful, and my grade got raised up to an 82%, so I more than likely will be ending this class with a B-, depending on how my oral and my other exam go. My written exam I took yesterday go. So that's really, really nice to see. Even if I get a C+, I will be happy because at least I'll have passed the class. But that was really satisfying to see that my grade was at an 82% today. So that was very, very nice. So then, other than that, tomorrow I just work from 5 to 9, and then that's kind of my day tomorrow. I am really tired, so I really want to kind of sit for a while and maybe fall asleep. I might do some reading tomorrow if I can, or later tonight of Beautiful Darkness, but if at all, I probably won't get to it until at least tomorrow night, depending on how I'm feeling, because I worked Thursday night, because Thursday I work 9 to noon, and then I have my last workshop class for my fiction writing class from 12:30 from noon to 1:50, and then I'm done. So then I think also part of the day tomorrow or Thursday is going to be consisting of me cleaning because I'm going to have to take care of a lot of stuff, packing away a bunch of clothes I'm not going to need, and stuff like that. So, because I will be leaving Friday afternoon. So yeah, that's going to basically be the rest of my week, but I'll let you guys kind of know how things go. I think, though, the majority of my time is going to be spent with the Female of the Species audiobook. Like, I'm going to be listening to it a lot when I clean on Thursday. And then I know for a fact Thursday morning I do not have anything scheduled other than onlines, which is probably not going to happen because we're caught up and we're not going to get many submissions now since it's getting towards like the middle of finals week and most stuff has been turned in at this point. But if I do have stuff, obviously I'm going to do them, but yeah, that's kind of all I got for you guys right now. So I'm going to sit and watch some YouTube videos for a little while and kind of just decompress from the day because it's been very, very long. It's been a 9 to 5 day. Yesterday was 10 to 7. I am beat. So I will talk to all of you guys probably tomorrow.
Hello everyone, it is Wednesday and I decided to look nice today. I've had actually this dress like planned out to wear like on my next dressy day for like probably 2 months at this point, and I never got around to doing it because I've always been so tired to too tired to like actually do anything. But I curled my hair a little bit, but I think my hair is still a little too short to really curl anymore. I can crimp it pretty well and it looks kind of messy and cute, but it was really gross in the front, so I just pulled it back, which I think this looks really adorable. Anyway, so plan for today. I got up about 10:30 and I took a shower, got all dressed up and everything, and it is currently 10 to noon. I actually forgot today that I have a staff party, which is partially why I dressed up, from 1 to 3, but because I have my oral exam at 1:20, I'm going to end up being there late. Not a big deal, it's totally fine. That's just how it's gonna be, but I'm gonna make sure I get there at least for the last part of it so that I can make sure I hang out with everybody and get some lunch, because we're having pizza. So it's gonna be a fun time. So I think in the meantime, what I'm going to do for the next little more than an hour is cleaning up my room because it's desperately needing to be cleaned. I need to take care of the laundry that I did over the weekend, and then I need to take the dirty laundry I have and put it in the laundry basket. I need to take, I need to figure out, I need to plan what I'm going to be having to wear Thursday and Friday so that I can make sure the rest of the clothes get put in my bins. I need to clean the trash that's in my room. I need to pack away a lot of the extra stuff that I'm not going to be using over the next couple of days, more than likely. I think I'm going to wait to put the bathroom stuff in my bins until Friday, because it's going to be either the bins are going to be too full for them to fit, or I'm going to need just stuff for those 2 days. I think Thursday I'm not going to really use my makeup, so I might put away my makeup and jewelry, but the rest of the bathroom stuff I'm going to keep there. And one other thing too is I've noticed the last couple days my skin has gotten so smooth. Like, it's still a little bumpy and red in some places, but last couple of days my skin's been getting so much better, and I think it's because it's finally summer. And also I haven't even really been taking my allergy meds like I have normally, but I've been like taking care of my skin again, because sometimes I fall off that wagon when I'm too tired or too lazy, but I think because it's been actually consistently getting warmer, my skin has been getting a little clearer. I do notice a lot more when it's in the fall and kind of winter time. My skin gets really bad, just allergy wise, because then like everything breaks out. But yeah, so I'm very happy. I'm very happy with how things are going. Today's going to be a good day. I think my oral exam is going to go pretty well. I think I just need to run over my stuff again before I start cleaning, just to make sure I have at least an idea of what I'm going to say. I think I pretty much know what I want to say for each thing, and it just comes down to actually being asked the questions. Anyway, I'm going to go and start cleaning up the room a little bit and continue listening to my audiobook, but I think today I should be able to get through a lot. I've already listened to an hour and 16 minutes of The Female of the Species. Okay, so it is after 12:30, and I'm going to call it there for cleaning at the moment. I ended up filling all my bins, so that's not good. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to head out to the UC and go to the Starbucks there and get something to drink. Like a Frappuccino, because it's going to be like 80 degrees outside today. So I'm going to be fairly warm in this dress and tights, but I didn't want to have it go to waste. So I think getting a cool drink will help me, and then I think I'm just going to go sit outside the room I have to be at for my oral exam, and just kind of run through my notes again and stuff like that, and just chill out there for a little while. So I'm gonna go do that. I listened to another 34 minutes of The Female of the Species, and I'm gonna be continuing to listening to it at least until I get to Pierce, the building I need to be at for my oral exam, and kind of just listening to that. And then once I get there, I'm gonna sit and work with my oral composition stuff, or oral exam stuff. So yeah, that's kind of the plan. And then I've got the staff party afterwards, and then I gotta go back to her more than likely later. And oh my gosh, my hands are even super red from they're sweating. So I'm gonna go. I'll talk to you guys later. Hello everyone, it is currently 3:12 in the afternoon. I've just gotten home from the staff party and stuff that we had today, and also my oral exam, which I ended up getting a 90% on, and I was so excited. Basically, what I found out was that my professor has been having a hard time with grading me, because it's a really interesting scenario, because basically I'm saying all the wrong things, okay,
but she's able to still understand exactly what I'm talking about. And she's never had that happen before with a student. So she's like, I don't know how exactly to work with you. Basically, I'm inverting verbs in the wrong ways and stuff like that, so it's making it harder for her to figure out how exactly to work with me. But today, after my oral exam, we had some time before her next person coming in, so we basically got to sit and discuss a little bit about those problems within the 2 papers that I sent in, and so now I know how to work with them so that I can revise both of them and turn them in back to her later on. So that's really good news. Bumped my grade up to an 83%, so now I'm going to basically end the class with a B- if I don't revise either, which is great. I'm still going to revise them regardless, but that's fantastic to know that I'm ending the class with about a B-. So, I mean, without really my last exam, which I don't know how that went, but yeah, so then I went to the staff party for a little bit. I was only there for like less than an hour, and I sat and talked with my boss the whole time about video games, which was great because I just finished watching the God of War playthrough by Jacksepticeye, and holy crap, God of War 4 is now like one of my favorite video games ever. Like, I haven't even played it myself, but now I'm like so stoked to be able to play it because I love the story. I love all of the intricate detailing with the Norse mythology that's involved in it and all this stuff. Like, it just looks so freaking good. And the ending was such a twist for me. I was so surprised. So if any of you have gone to watch the God of War playthroughs or played through it yourself, let me know what your guys' reactions were to the ending without spoiling anything for those who haven't played it or haven't watched it yet. My God, that was great though. So yeah, basically, I now have less than 2 hours until my shift starts, and I have nothing else I really want to do. So what I plan to do is take my copy of Beautiful Creatures with me to work and basically just work from there and read. So, or Beautiful Darkness is the one I'm working on. Earlier, I ended up listening to another 20 minutes of The Female of the Species, so I'm over 2 hours into that for the day. I'm going to listen to a little bit more of it on my way back to work, and then I'm going to sit and read Beautiful Darkness for a couple hours, since I'll have nothing to do before work. And yeah, then I work from 5 to 9 tonight, and then I'm going to come home and read through the 2 stories that I have to read for my fiction writing class tomorrow. Actually 3 now that I think about it, because one person had to submit 2. And then, so yeah, that's going to basically be my night. So, I talked to Mom earlier, but I didn't get a chance to ask her about bringing more bins. So I'll have to remind myself to call her again later today and ask about that. So, yeah, so anyway, that's going to be it for me right now. I will try to remember to talk to you guys either later tonight. Otherwise, you will just see me tomorrow. Hello everyone, it is just after 9 o'clock at night and I've just gotten home from work. So I didn't get a chance to read a lot of Beautiful Darkness today because I just kept getting distracted. I did end up reading, I think, like 10 pages though of the book. So that's something I got started on it. So hopefully tomorrow I should be able to get through some of it. But tomorrow's going to be kind of weird because I got a call from my mom saying that it's possible my younger sister's softball game could get canceled, which is part of the reason why I wasn't going to be able to go home tomorrow, even though my classes are essentially done tomorrow, because we're supposed to get a thunderstorm throughout the night and then continuing into tomorrow. And she doesn't think now that my sister will have a game, but it all depends on what the school thinks, and they won't usually let people know until like 1 o'clock in the afternoon usually, until they tell us whether or not games are being canceled. So in the event that it does get canceled though, my mom has decided that she will come and get me that day, like during the day then after work tomorrow. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to read much tomorrow, if I can, but if she doesn't end up getting the chance to pick me up, then I will spend the rest of my afternoon tomorrow cleaning and reading, so there's that. It all kind of just is contingent on whether or not the game my sister has gets canceled. So also, I wanted to show you guys something because at the Writing Center, what we do with our staff parties at the end of the year is during every semester we do a white elephant. So Christmas we do one, like basically at the end of the fall semester we'll do one, and we do one in the spring as well. And I didn't get a chance to actually be a part of it because my oral exam ended up running over, and I got to spend my time talking to my professor about both the things that I needed to revise and work on for her class. My boss was so kind to save me a book that he knew I would really, really want. And it is a collection of Unfinished Tales of Numenor and Middle-earth by J.R.R. Tolkien, with an introduction, commentary, index, and maps by Christopher Tolkien, his son. And this is essentially not really even by J.R.R. Tolkien fully, because Christopher basically what he did was compiled a bunch of stories that his dad had told him about with Middle-earth and other things involving, you know, Tolkien's work. Because for those of you who don't know, The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien, the essential prequel to the Lord of the Rings series, was a child's bedtime story for his son Chris. And so this is a collection of stories that were never really like fully created, like there were notes on, or they were bedtime stories that Chris remembers his dad telling him about these worlds of Numenor and Middle-earth. And I was so excited to see that somebody had brought this, because as you guys know, I am a huge Lord of the Rings fan. I have an Elvish tattoo on my arm, and Dan, my boss, knew I really, really loved everything about Lord of the Rings and stuff like that, so he was so kind to save this one for me that he got, because he knew that I was coming, but I was going to be late, and he wanted me to make sure I had something. So I love my boss so much. He's such a kind man. I love him. He's great, and he's just a great guy in general, but this really gave me some brownie points. I mean, but I love the guy anyway. He's like a second dad to me at this point, but he really, really wanted me to have this one, so I'm very excited. I don't know when I'm going to get to it, but I might just put it on my shelf with my other Tolkien stuff and, you know, have it for later readage if I so choose. I may even put it in my TBR jar now that I think about it. I don't see why I couldn't, because now it's a actual free obtained book. And I know I'm on my book buying ban, and I have been so far. I've been very good about it for the last 4 months since this year started, but I did say if I get them as gifts or people buy them for me, it doesn't count towards my book buying ban, because I am not the one that's spending the money. So I win there. So I'm really excited to have this one. I'm very, very happy. And yeah, so basically that's going to be it for me tonight. I am going to go wash this garb off my face and get changed into some PJs. And I think I'm going to sit and watch some YouTube videos for a little while. I just realized that I put both of the bins I filled next in front of my TV, so I need to move those, because otherwise I'm not going to be able to see my TV. But yeah, and I even think I might make a cup of tea, because I feel like a cup of tea right now is good.
Hello everyone, it is Thursday, and I have a beanie on because I'm having a bad hair day, because yesterday I curled my hair and now it's all messy, so I just decided to put a beanie on. So it is currently after 2 o'clock right now. I got home from my last essential final for the year. I just had a workshop where we talked over the chapter of my novel, which I got so much great feedback on, which I'm going to talk about in my writing vlog when I record it this weekend. I've gotten so much good feedback about that, and then how to actually try to help my story by including things in the earlier chapters that my peers read as supplemental work for it. It wasn't basically what I did was I couldn't give the first 3 chapters of my novel to this class because I had that workshopped in my last fiction writing workshop, so we can't double submit something that we've worked on before. So for this, basically my professor was like, if you want to, and if people want to be able to actually read it themselves if they haven't read this piece before, because there were a lot of people from my last fiction writing class that were involved in this class. So he said that basically I could just take the 3 chapters that I had worked on last time, put them up in a discussion board of supplemental work in case anyone wanted to read it, and then they could read them all kind of all together. And actually a lot of people did that. I told people that they didn't absolutely have to, but I was going to put it up there for them just in case, and everyone seemed to really, really like that idea, and so they read all 4 chapters together to get kind of the story and see how things worked out with it. And I got a lot of great feedback with the 4th chapter and how some elements of it can actually be introduced a little bit earlier in the other 3 chapters. More specifically just the first one, because the 1st and 4th chapter are both in Mara's perspective, because the novel is split into 3 perspectives. So they give me a lot of great stuff that I can implement a lot earlier in Mara's 1st chapter before introducing this new character, Nate. And it was very, very helpful. It was very great to get a lot of good feedback, and a lot of people really, really enjoyed
the character of Nate. They really loved him and the relationship between him and Mara. But people started thinking that my main character's partner is going to be the killer, and that's absolutely not what it is. Like, they kept wanting him to be the killer, and I'm like, no. And then they want Nate to be the killer, and I'm like, no. They are not going to be the killers. These are the good guys. They're supposed to be the good guys. But there are going to be a lot of things about them that are going to be kind of maybe morally gray, or things that, like, some people would be like, So, I don't know. It's all going to pan out in the end. So yeah, I got some great feedback from them, and I got some really great stuff that I think I can either trim or continue with or make sure that I implement later on in the novel. And I'm planning on waiting to edit that one until I actually like finish writing the rest of them. So basically, I'm going to keep everyone's notes. Like, I'm going to download them all tonight when I get home. Because actually I am going home tonight, and I'll explain that in a minute. But yeah, I'm going to basically download all their notes that I got and save them to my laptop so that I can reference them once I go back to make my first edits, once the entire thing is complete. Because I want to actually go through 2 rounds of editing myself, then send it to my critique partner, Teresa, and have her give me her critique on it, go through and edit it again. Basically, like, it's my whole process. So basically, it's going to be my 2 rounds of edits, and then it's going to be finished with the first full draft is going to be finished, and then I'm going to have my critique partner go through it and then make her edits, and then hopefully see if I can find a literary agent afterwards. Once I feel like I've gotten, and maybe even do some beta testing. I don't know. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to go about it as of yet, but this is going to be a very, very long process, and I'm in the works of working on my poetry book, and now I have a fantasy series that I am looking to get into, kind of an urban fantasy series that I'm really looking to get into because I started working on a short story for it earlier this semester, and I really like the story, and I have a lot of great ideas for what I want it to be. So it's kind of panning out those books and figuring out how that's all going to work. But anyway, so now to tell you guys about my plans for the day. So I got home and I started cleaning up my room because I'm actually heading home today. I will tell you guys today, so far I have listened to another 46 minutes of The Female of the Species. I'm actually less than 20 chapters. I think I'm like 11. Jesus, I can't even think. Yes, I'm less than 20 chapters. I just finished chapter 42, and there's 62 chapters. So I'm less than 20 chapters away from finishing The Female of the Species. And the chapters actually go by like fairly quick. Like, they're no more than like 10, 15 minutes a chapter in the audiobook, which is great. And I've just gotten to a point where we really see how one of our characters is morally gray, and I really love it, but I also am really, like, I also realize, like, how bad this person really is, and I'm, like, heartbroken, but I'm also, like, really happy to see how morally gray this person really is. If you read The Female of the Species, you'll know who I'm talking about, and you'll kind of probably know where I'm at this point. Basically, she just went and did something, and it's kind of gonna ruin everything for her because she acted on her emotions, and it's difficult. This is going to be a really hard novel to talk about, I think, in a review, but I will say now, like, at this moment in time, with what I've listened to so far and my thoughts on it, it is a solid 4.5 out of 5 stars for me at the moment, and I actually am going to be coming out with a discussion video sometime next week about my critique of novels, how I'm going to be changing the way I critique them, and kind of making sure, like, trying to keep myself accountable of that and referencing that again once I kind of start going through more novels and stuff like that. So anyway, I need to go return this rented book I need to return, and I will talk to all of you guys probably tonight once I get home.
Hi guys, it is after 10:30 now on Thursday, and I am home. Holy crap, was it a nightmare to try to get all my stuff in the car. Like, we packed my mom's car, like, so filled that I had to have the laundry basket for my clothes sitting on my lap in the front seat in order to be able to get it to fit in the car. That's how filled it was with all my stuff. We ended up having to run over to Target to pick up a couple extra bins because I didn't realize how much stuff I still had in my room that needed to come back. So, needless to say, it was very, very stressful and very strenuous, but I am home now. I've been home now for a couple of hours, and both my sister and my mom have just gone to bed because they still have stuff in the morning. My sister has to go to school, and my mom has to go to work. So I thought that tonight I was going to just
start cleaning up a little bit, basically just get the stuff off my bed and start figuring out like what I need to do for tomorrow, because tomorrow I'm going to be doing some major unpacking, but I really wanted to at least get my TV set up on my dresser and try to figure out how to work that and my PlayStation on here, because I would like the both of them and my DVD player all kind of within this shelf, because that's the only place I have left for it at the moment. So I think I'm going to have to do some organizing and stuff like that in order to get it to work, because I still have my backdrop and stuff up here with my bookshelf and everything. So I've got to get it all kind of arranged. So I think during that time I'm going to listen to my audiobook. I don't know exactly how much I listened to since the last time I updated you guys, and I'm sorry, but you guys will obviously have seen, you know, all of the updates that I've gotten. I'll basically put here how much I ended up with at the end of the night, because other than fixing up my room and stuff, this will be it for me today.
Hello everyone, it is Friday night. It is, I think, almost 11 o'clock at night, and today's been an interesting day because this morning we found that the house had no power and didn't have power for pretty much all day today, because it hasn't been storming, but yet today we had like a huge amount of wind come in. Like, I think like the highest clocked speed of the winds was like 50 miles per hour, which is very abnormal for here, but when that happens, a lot of times our power lines go down, which is kind of like what happened today. So then this morning I basically went and took pop cans back with my younger sister, because she was trying to make a little bit extra money before prom expenses and stuff like that, because her prom is tomorrow. And then I got taken out to lunch by Robert and hung out with him for a lot of the day today, which was great. I had a wonderful time. And I got back here about 8 o'clock. Power had not been on, and then I sat and decided to read a little bit of Beautiful Darkness, because I finished The Female of the Species last night, and I got through, I think, about 20-some pages. Actually, 20 pages even. So I haven't done much reading today. Really want to try to get through Beautiful Darkness this month, because I still want to continue the reread. I failed epically in April with it because just everything was going on for finals and stuff, and I was really stressed out. But I did find out that today I ended up getting an A- on one of my in one of my classes as the final grade, which was great. And then I got an A- on my oral exam that I took on Wednesday, which was super, super great. I really struggled with my class, but I'm really proud of how it ended up turning out, and I think I'm going to get at least a B- in the class, which I will be so happy with. And I need to quickly revise a piece tomorrow. Oh god, I got so much to do this weekend. Okay, whatever. Anyway, I'm tired. I need to go to bed. I've been rambling on long enough. I'm sorry. But yeah, that's kind of how things have been the last couple of days. And I will try to talk to you guys as much as I can tomorrow, more than likely after I get done cleaning.